Welcome to the Information Systems presentation on remote desktop. My name is David Bull. I'm the Director of Information Systems here at Lakeview Neuro Rehab in New Hampshire, and I'm going to show you how to connect by remote desktop, what it's good for, and a couple of pitfalls to it. So in our day-to-day work lives here at Lakeview, we always save all of our documents to the network, anything that we care about at least. We're saving, and if I'm a clinician, I'm going to save stuff to a client folder. If I'm in finance, I'm going to save to a finance folder. And any document that I don't want to share with somebody else, or a current project that I'm working on that I want to organize the way that I see fit, I'm always going to save to my M drive, probably the most important drive that you have. The problem is that once I have everything on these network shares, how do I access it when I'm at home or when I'm off on the road? And the answer is I can do it through remote desktop. I use it often enough that I have a shortcut right here on the desktop to it. And in fact, I will show you how to make one. So I'm using Windows 7 on this machine. If I was using Windows 8, I'd move my cursor down to the bottom right-hand side of the screen. And when I have the 5 icons pop up, I'm going to choose that middle one, scroll to the right once, and find the shortcut to remote desktop, which is always listed in that list of programs that's supplied by Microsoft. On Windows 7, I'm going to go to the accessories folder, and despite the chaos on my desktop, I like to have my start menu organized the way I want it, so I've actually put my accessories folder inside utilities, but it'll look the same for you. You'll go to a folder, and inside accessories will be remote desktop connection. If I wanted to make a shortcut to that on my desktop, I would hold down the right mouse key and drag the icon over to the desktop. I'd release the right mouse key, and then using the left mouse key, I would say create shortcut here, and voila, I'd have a shortcut to remote desktop. But anytime you want to access it, you can always find it in Windows 7 in your accessories folder. There it is. I know a lot of our users have frustration with Windows 8. It's a whole lot of change. Things look really different, and sometimes you can't find an icon in the way that I described earlier. Another way of doing it is by holding down the Windows key. That's the key with the Windows flag on it between Control and Alt, and touching once the R key. That'll bring you to a run prompt, and in that run prompt, you type MSTS that's Microsoft Terminal Services Connection, and hit OK, and you get the same login pop-up. In that login pop-up, you're going to type, no matter how you get there, tsnh.lakeview.ws. So that stands for Terminal Services New Hampshire. I'm saying so you can remember. Terminal Services New Hampshire.lakeview.ws. So tsnh.lakeview.ws will take you there. If your credentials, and I'm attempting this from inside the network, so I'm going to put in a different address just for the purpose of showing you how it looks. If your credentials are already there, then simply put in your network password. That's the password that you use to get into any computer on the mountain, also the password that you use for your email. Put in your password and hit enter. Otherwise, say use another account. We're in the middle of a domain change. Your username will probably be preceded by an LHS, but if you are like me, I haven't moved into the new domain, so I'm putting NH / and then my username, and then my very robust password, and clicking OK, and voila, I am into the remote desktop. Literally controlling a computer on the mountain by remote control from a hotel in China, or my home, or my house with a mouse in a box with a fox. That's all the Dr. Seuss I have for you today. But it's really great to be able to access files on the mountain from home. So something that I do on any machine that I'm going to start working with, if it's a desktop on the mountain or if it's this terminal service session, I'm going to go over here to personalize, and I'm going to choose some desktop icons that are going to help me get around. Computer and network are great to have on a desktop, and I'm going to do that, and here they are, these two right here. From the computer icon, I can get into all of the regular places where I save work. So if I go to my favorite information folder and my favorite IT facts, these are the gorgeous fact sheets that Nathan Bowles has made for us that describe how to do basic IT stuff on the mountain. I can get in and modify any document, save it, and work just the same way that I would from any desktop in the mountain. So there is something that I want to point out to you about printers. Sometimes it's easy, you get caught up in your work and you have a printer at home and you think that you're going to print your document to your printer at home. We've enabled that for the group homes, but when you go through your list of printers here, you'll see that they are the printers that are all on the mountain. So I can print to a fax, I can create a PDF, I can print to the copier, I can do all the cool things that I can do with printing on the mountain, but I can't print to my home printer. Why this is really important is because if I go ahead and print to the first floor copier and the stuff that I'm printing is EPHI, is protected client healthcare information, and I print it to the copier and I'm not printing it to a protected mailbox and having the document held for me in the copier, I'm just printing it straight out, I can't control who sees that document, and that can't happen. So be very careful if you're printing anything, and in most cases you wouldn't want to, but something to be really aware of when working in Terminal Server. Another thing that I want to bring to your attention, not cautionary, but something is just a tip. A lot of times I'll be, let's say I'm at a conference and I have to physically have possession of a document in order to print it and hand it out. There are some options for people who are in this situation all the time that are different than what I'm going to show you right now, but for the occasional time when you need to have a document in your possession off of the network, so I'd email it to myself. There's a couple of videos and some documents that'll tell you how to use webmail. Just to reinforce that, I'm going to https://ex-svr.lakeviewhealthcare.us. So Echo X-ray Sierra Victor Romeo .lakeviewhealthcare.us. I'm going to sign in the same way that I sign in to a network computer and the same way that I signed into the remote desktop session originally. We're all moving over to the LHS domain. I haven't moved over yet, so I'm going to type // and my username, and I'm going to type in my password, and I will get into my email. And once I'm in, I can send myself a document, address it to myself, and click on attachments, browse, grab the document that I wanted. I can say attach. When it's attached, I say done, and I email it to myself. Check my messages. There it is, and I can grab this document, which is then on my laptop wherever I'm at. So that's one way of getting a document over to you from Terminal Server. So that's how to get in and use remote desktop. I hope that this has been helpful to you. If you have suggestions on other topics that you'd like to have the IS department cover, then submit a work order, type help in any browser, http://help, and that'll take you right to the work order site. And certainly we'd be really appreciative to hear things that you're interested in having us explain. So thanks very much for your time and listening.